What's up, everyone? Chris Netto with AVNation. I am here at InfoComm 2016. I'm hanging out with Tim Conway, not the comedian, but the guy from Adder Technology. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. What do you got here for us that those people want to say?
Oh, man. Well, just as a bit of background, Adder comes at this AV world really from a legacy historic KVM kind of a side of things. So not so much the pure AV, but we're really into kind of the command and control side of things and really giving people the ability to get in there and control things and alongside that AV side of things. So where we've really seen this space going, I think if you walk around the show floor here this week, you see it everywhere now, is IP. Right? That seems to be the message, especially video over IP. We are all about KVM over IP. We like to think that we got into this game early. We've been doing this for about 5 years now, and the rest of the market's sort of catching up in that IP space.
Yes.
Our approach to this has long been, we're experts in KVM. We can handle that endpoint side of things, but there's really no need for us to recreate the wheel when it comes to that switching mechanism in the middle, right? You look across the way here, and you've got the Ciscos and the HPs of the world. They run the world, right? When it comes to IP. So why can't they run this? Why can't they run Pro AV? Why can't they run KVM? And the answer is they can. So we have really approached this market from the standpoint of having KVM over IP. And we've had a product out there for about 5 years or so called our AdderLink Infinity that really has done great things in the market. And we've done some huge projects. But for this year, what we've really run into is coming feedback from end users, feedback from the integrators out there is, that's a phenomenal product for large-scale projects where I need to get up into the hundreds of endpoints on each side of things. But what about that small office? What about those folks out there who are running a handful of users, a handful of computers? So what we've done is we've come out with a new product this year that's our AdderLink XD IP. So smaller form factor, can be used as a point-to-point KVM solution over IP. But the beauty of it is that at a much more attractive, let's call it, price point for the market out there, really allows customers to go out there and on each receiver side, they can without having a big manager in the middle that costs thousands of dollars, they can go through and point that receiver to up to 8 transmitters. So it allows now that small office, that small local user, the ability to get into that IP market.
Or you mentioned the smaller markets. Your audience, the users are. What type of people, where are you seeing this applications being used?
Absolutely everywhere is the most honest answer I can give you.
Well, why don't we just open it up, everybody?
Okay, maybe not the local Quickie Mart, but outside of that, we see this really, I mean, when we go into this, obviously here this week, we're talking really about the AV market. But that spans across all sorts of verticals. We do an awful lot in the broadcast space around television, radio. Our products fit very strongly out in Hollywood in the post-production market. We could be going into an oil refinery in Texas somewhere for that command and control space where they're running the entire facility. So a lot of things in the industrial vertical. We see a lot of fit for these types of products in the medical space. Surgical operating rooms, you can't have the computer in there, so you need to extend things in. And the fact that you're doing this over IP really makes it attractive to that industrial vertical, because we can run this over fiber now, we can run it over copper if they want them to, but the fact that it's IP, it's natively immune from the EMI and the industrial vertical, so it really becomes a fit across a lot of verticals.
And some of the verticals that you're speaking about, you're talking about some sensitive stuff. I mean, you're going into the hospital settings and command and control stuff. You can't have failure or a point of failure there.
No. Yeah, so this stuff has to be reliable, and I mean that is a big piece of it for Adder as a company. We as a company have been around for over 30 years now. We're headquartered in the UK in Cambridge. All of our R&D team are there in Cambridge. We actually manufacture the products there in Cambridge. So if you're looking for a small desktop KVM switch for your home office, we're probably not your guys, right? We're really a professional grade sort of enterprise company.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, the fact that you guys have perfected the KVM side, which maybe to some that is the hard part, and now you're taking it, putting it on the IP, which is obviously that's where everything is going.
Absolutely.
All the traffic, everybody that we've talked about, everybody's dropping everything onto IP. It's not the way of the future, it's the way of now.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's even a choice anymore. If you don't have that ability to put your devices on a network, which is reassuring because there's probably people out there that are probably still making this KVM on the prosumer side that are not IP based and all
Absolutely.
that sort of stuff. So, yeah, you now have to go into this market. There you have it, guys. You come down to the Adder booth at
N1527.
and you can read that upside down. This
I
is
can.
Tim. I'm Chris. InfoComm 2016, AVNation, Adder, Tim. That's the guy you want to speak to down at the booth. Come down, check it out.